KD9MED, KD9MED, K9RFD. Start record. The Friday Night Fun Net is on the air. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9TCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your net control station this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air bleeding place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. This is a repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or when the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency of the straight 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. And I am happy to report that after a week's absence, the net is being live streamed around the world on the internet, and it's also being recorded for replay, future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Mike, K9MED, Don Rochelle is doing the services for us. As you may well know, the net last week was not recorded or live streamed due to extreme weather conditions, and there was also a geomagnetic storm on the sun. But it's being live streamed and recorded this week. Those of you who wish to check in on the internet, check in with Mike, KD9MED, and he will relay your internet check-in to me via the radio. Also, if you're out in the sticks, if you can hear the repeater but you can't get to it due to conditions, you're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access, just give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central hotline, area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636, the local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the radio, but try to check in, I'll take your check-in over the phone, I should say, but try to check it on the radio first. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take a short time on mobile stations. If you can't stay for the net, you got family time, or you're rather concentrated, you're driving, you got something else going on, we'll take your short time on mobile check-ins, and if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic. Also, after that, we'll take a general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from Northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from Northern Illinois or Southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or Hamfest. Belvedere is coming up in about a month. So, okay. Then we'll do our regular features. We'll do the W9UIJ Carl's Corner. This is our TechNet portion. This is in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Carl Larson, W9UIJ. He used to do a couple of the TechNets several years ago. He used to read stuff out of the different magazines about propagation, electrical principles, and theory, and what have you. Are you having a problem with your amplifier or your power supply? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio should you get? Maybe mobile or base or all mode or what have you. If you have technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Also, we'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner in honor of our late great friend and colleague Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always have a DX report you'd like to pass on. So if you have you made any contact with any station stateside or overseas, we would be happy to hear them during this segment. Then we'll have our swap net. You have items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to the hobbies of amateur radio or computers, so we'll do that. Get them on there. We'll see if we can get them sold for you. Okay, tonight's topic, this is a suggested topic by Larry, K9KZT. Belvedere is coming up, as I stated, next month, September 25th. The question is, what is the best or the least items that you bought at a hamfest? That'll be a great topic tonight. Okay. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations? I'd check tonight's Friday Night Fun Net. Please go on.
KZT, short time.
K9KZT, Larry and Robert, King of CW. Okay, Larry, I've got you checked in short time. Please, if you want to, you're more than welcome to recheck in later on tonight. Thanks for checking in. Any more short time mobile stations want to check in? Please go on.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 9, Delta Delta Foxtrot, just in and out, Jimmy, saying hi.
Okay, I picked up two more check-ins. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Got you checked in, Tom. You have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Maybe we'll catch you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening ride tune in this repeater. Case 9DDF, John and Elgin. Got good signal tonight, John. At least it's better than calling me on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline like you did last week. Thanks for checking in, John. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you next Friday night. Any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
KC9QPO, Paul and Low Spark. Short time 73.
Traffic.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford.
Okay, I picked up two more stations. K9QPL, Paul and Low Spark. We got you checked in, Paul. 73, have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. And N9GBP, Greg in Rockford. Thank you for checking in. You have a good evening. Hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow night on the Saturday evening ride tune net. By the way, you are always welcome to recheck in later on during the net if your time or schedule permits. Thanks to both of you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
W9JTC, gonna check in short time tonight, Jimmy. Have a great net, sir.
November 9, Chicago Northwestern, Mark, short time, no traffic.
Okay, I picked up two more stations. W9JTC, Jamie and Robert have got you checked in short time. You have a good evening. A reminder, it is your turn tomorrow night to run the Saturday evening rag tune net on this repeater. Have a good evening, Jamie. Hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks for checking in. N9CNW, Tom and Roscoe have got you checked in. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. You have a good evening too. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, so far we got 7 short time stations, so we'll move on to general check-ins. At this time, do we have any general check-ins from Northern Illinois who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle, and I have an internet check-in.
KD9MED, okay, Mike, go ahead with you. Got you checked in. Go ahead with your internet check-in.
Okay, the name is NC Photos, so I'm not for sure who this is, but the call sign is going to be Whiskey 2 Charlie Sierra India. Whiskey 2 Charlie Sierra India.
Whiskey 2 Charlie Sierra India. Welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net. Well, he's got to be you're probably in New York or New Jersey, because that's two land. So, hey, welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net. Checking in from the East Coast. That's great. I'll just put down a little IC for Internet check-in. Thanks for that information there, Mike, and we'll get back to you in a few minutes for the round table. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for Whiskey 2 Charlie Sierra India from Tooland. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Jimmy with some additional information, KD9MED.
Hello, this is Brian in Roscoe. No traffic.
Okay, stand by. Mike, let me get back to you. WX9RLT, Ricky and Love Spark, thanks for checking in. Great job on the first Northern Illinois Skywarn training done in the 2.5 years. Thanks for checking in. And Brian, come back with that call, please.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Bravo.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Bravo. Okay, Mike, Brian, we got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Mike, KD9MED, did you have some more traffic? Come on back.
Yeah, Jimmy, KD9MED here. Yep, your name for the Whiskey 2 Charlie Sierra India, his name is Chuck, and he's coming from North Carolina.
Oh, he's down. Okay, he's down in Foreland then. Okay, well that sounds good. Thanks for that station down in North Carolina. Thanks for checking in. You're welcome to recheck in on the internet again. Thanks for checking in. Okay, we got thanks, Mike, and also WX9RLT. We've got you checked in. Get back to you a few minutes roundtable. K9Q Quebec Victor Bravo, Mike and the boys got you checked in, and I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking. Are there any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9HKX, Marion Roscoe.
KD9HKX, Lauren Roscoe, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you, Phil, Mr. Roundtable. Thanks for checking in. There was another station also trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
Bravo 9, Sugar Victor, Mike and Roscoe.
KD9SSV, Mike and Roscoe. Okay, Mike, we got you checked in. We'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9NKC, Toby, Rockford.
KD9NKC, Toby and Robert. Okay, Toby, I haven't heard you in a while. Thanks for checking in. We'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Delta 9, Victor Papa Bravo, checking in.
KD9 Victor Papa Bravo, the new kid on the block in Rockford. We got you checked in, Matt. Oh, beautiful signal tonight there. That's the best we've heard of your signal since you got your ticket a couple weeks ago. That's great, Matt. Thank you for checking in, and we'll get back to you a few minutes around table. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois, the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 9, Alpha Golf Romeo, Jennifer in Janesville.
Okay, Jennifer, come back. Thank you for checking in. Come back with the last 3 letters of your call, please.
Alpha Golf Romeo.
Kilo Delta 9, Alpha Tom Romeo. Okay, Jennifer, I've got you checked in. Jennifer is the new EC for Rock County. She's one of the net control operators on the Rock County Aries Races Net, which meets on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with the PL of 123.0 minus offset. Okay, Jennifer, thanks for checking in. I'll get back to you a few minutes for the roundtable. And okay, let's see if we have any more. Let's see if we have any more check-ins from Northern Illinois. Hey, don't worry, we are not a formal net. If you check in out of turn, don't worry about it. We are not formal, as we say. We will all are welcome. Any more stations from Northern Illinois want to check in? Please call now.
KD9MED, Cary in Rockford.
K9MED, Cary in Rockford, the court jester of digital. I hope I got that right. Thanks for checking in, Cary. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois, the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, we got to go turn off for Northern Illinois. Of course, we got Jennifer KD9 ATR from Janesville, Rock County checked in. And now we'll see if we can get how many check-ins we get from Southern Wisconsin. Any general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR.
KC9GCR, KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9GCR.
Okay, K9RGG in Norman Orfordville. I got to check in and get back to you a few minutes round table. Go ahead, Dave. AK9F, this is K9GCR, come in. Okay, I got the AK9F, Dave and boys got you checked in, K9RGG, Norman Orfordville. I've got you checked in. Dave, AK9F, are you still there? Come back, sorry about that. Oh boy, I hope he's not mad. I'm awful sorry about that. That's what happened to 2 stations. All right, let's move on. Any more stations in Southern Wisconsin want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR.
Tom up here in Janesville, WI9, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. No traffic tonight, Jimmy. Good evening, all.
KC9GCR.
Okay, stand by. W9AXD I got you checked in, Tom. I'll get back to you a few minutes round there. Thanks for checking in. Go ahead, Scott.
You get me down, Jimmy? This is KC9YI.
Okay, I've got you checked in now, Scott. We got two. There was another station trying to check in, and I was just trying to get that was Tom and Janesville trying to check. I got him. You guys transmitted at the same time. So that's what happened. Scott, I've got you down. I'll get back to you a few minutes round table. Thanks for taking any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go now.
KC9GCR.
Go ahead, Dave.
Just checking in short time mobile from Beloit. No traffic, and I may recheck later. Over.
You are very welcome, Dave. I'm sorry about the screw up there, but there was another, the normal K9RFD was trying to check in at the same time. I was saying, I hope you didn't go away mad. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for checking in, Dave. You have a good evening. Drive safely. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more general check-in from Southern Wisconsin would like to check in? Please call now. Well, it is Friday Night Fish Friday night in Wisconsin. You know where everybody's at. It's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappie. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're at Miller Park or American Family Field, or tailgating. You're eating your pulley sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and the brunch wagger. Of course, you cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. By the way, Greene County Cheese Days, Monroe Cheese Days, will take place on Saturday and Sunday, September 17th and 18th. That'll be the first time in 4 years that they were able to have cheese days in Monroe. So we'll do a special edition of the Friday Night Fun Net on that Friday night. It'll be September 16th. What is your favorite cheese? Well, we'll talk about that on at that time. Any more at this time? Do we have any general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Alpha Charlie 9, Golf Oscar, Larry and Rockton.
AC9GO, Larry and Rockton. Got you checked in, Larry. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, this is K9GCR, net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. I have no traffic. By the way, keep an eye to the sky and near the repeater that's coming Sunday. We could be in for some strong thunderstorms. Could be severe and I'm happy to report summer is going to be making a comeback. Tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So get those fans and ACs ready to go. Okay, now let's go ahead with does anybody else have any traffic that they'd like to pass along for the net? Okay, let's go with our TechNet portion. W9UIJ Carl's Corner. Does anybody are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Mobile, base, all mode, what have you. Do you have any technical questions? We'll do our best to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net? Okay, I was getting my papers straightened around here. Okay, no technical questions, so we'll go ahead with the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. In honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, King of DX. Every time he checked into his head, he always had a DX report. Okay, does anybody have any DX reports they'd like to pass along for the net? Please go ahead.
KD9SSV.
KD9SSV. Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Pretty good contact on the 24th. I got out to New Zealand. ZL1 Whiskey Nancy. I was on 15 meters. I was at 236 UTC. So 15 meters is open once sporadically, but when it is open, it's really open. Back to net.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun at W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun at Central and Freeport. That's great there. About 15, and you made a contact with New Zealand, and 15 meters is open. That's great to hear. Thank you for that. I think I only made one contact on 15 meters. I think that was during field day of this past field day. Off the station in Puerto Rico, and I believe I think another station in Ontario, Canada. We had that shortened field day there at the Oakdale Nature Preserve here in Freeport. That was on that Sunday. The weather was beautiful. The last previous day was rainy. I'll tell you what, I'm still mad about that. Here we're getting ready for that big picnic and what have you. We couldn't have it. So that's the way I go. Okay. Thanks for checking. Okay. K9SSV, thanks for checking in. We'll still get back to you a few minutes to roundtable. Does any other station have any DX reports you'd like to pass along? Somebody trying to get in. I'm getting nothing but noise. Let's try that one more time, please.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the repeater or what. Your last transmissions were pretty, had a lot of too, but this is KD9MED, Brian and Roscoe. A few DX reports. Talked to Slovenia, Italy, and France on 20 meter, a couple of them, and 15 meter on France. So KD9QBB back to net.
Okay, you made a contact with Slovenia. Okay, thank you very much. All right, we better find out for sure what's going on. Is my signal, any station listening? Is there a problem with my signal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, all right. We're going to switch over. We're going to move the Friday Night Fun net to the 147.195 repeater. All stations, we are now switching to 147.195. This is K9GCR. We'll be clear. Thanks, Mike. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. We are moving. We are now holding this net on this repeater. We are getting up some bad conditions on the 146.610 repeater. At this time, I'm going to do a roll call. Those short-time mobile stations, we're not going to worry about them. We'll just do the stations who have checked in so far. KD9MED, Mike. Okay, thanks. W9AXD Ricky.
W9AXD.
Okay, Ricky, we got you. Thanks. KD9 Quebec Victor Bravo. Brian.
KD9QBB, Brian's here.
Okay, Brian. KD9HKX, Larry.
KD9HKX, I'm present.
Okay, thanks. KD9SSV, Mike.
KB9SSV, I am here.
Okay, Mike, thanks. KD9NKC, Toby.
KD9NKC, here.
Okay. Matt, KD9 Victor Papa Bravo.
KD9 Victor Papa Bravo, Matt here.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Thanks. Jennifer, Kilo Delta 9, Alpha Tango Romeo. Stations, one moment, please. I'm going to switch back to 6-1. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of Jennifer. Be right back, K9 GCR. This is K9 GCR. We're back on 195. I think Jennifer's going to join us shortly. Continue on with the roll call. KD9MED, carry.
QSL, KD9MED.
Okay, sounds good. Dave, AK9F, he's a short time, so we'll move on there. KC9RGG, Norm.
KC9RGG here.
Okay, we got you, Norm. W9WTF, Tom.
Yeah, Jimmy, go ahead. This is Tom here in James. You're loud and clear here. No problems.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Okay, thanks. K9YI, Scott Monroe, you might have to go to the 195 Simplex. Are you there? Okay, I'll get back to you in a few minutes here at the round table, Scott. Thanks for checking in. Sorry about this. AC9GO, Larry and Rotten.
Hey, I'm here, Jimmy. AC9GO.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Let's go. This is K9 GCR Net Control. Any more stations that would like to check in the Friday Night Fun who've just joined us on 195, please call now.
KD9EPZ, Alan Rochelle.
K9EPZ, Alan Rochelle. Got you checked in. Al, get back to you, film this roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more stations who just joined us on 195? Would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, we got a good turnout so far. Okay, we were in the middle of the W9 Gene Duncan DX corner. Okay, does any other station have any DX reports you'd like to pass along?
10-9 GDP here.
N9GBP, Greg and Robert. Okay, I've got you checked in. Go ahead with your DX report.
All right. Well, I had a FT8 digital contact with 5 Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha in Samoa on 20 meters at about 200 UTC on, let's see, the 23rd, whenever that was. So that was pretty neat, and that's about it. I haven't been running the HS too much lately.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, you must have made independent with independent Samoa, Western Samoa, American Samoa. That's I think they would have to use our prefix or whatever. Pango, yeah. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Any other Greg, thanks for that DX report. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for your the round table if you're going to stay with us. Any more stations for the DX report? Please call now.
KD9MED.
KD9MED. Okay, Kerry, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. Wow, what a great turnout you've got tonight, Jimmy. I got two that I want to brag about this week. I got a new country, OG0C in the Åland Island, or Åland Islands. It's between Finland and Sweden, I think. So that's a new country for me. And I got another Marine Mobile, too. Brief reset. OX/LA9DL. I contacted him on 30 meters, and he's on the south tip of Greenland. He is on a one of those cruise expeditions, eco expeditions, where you go to visit the Northwest Passage and Greenland and Antarctica and places like that. So that I'm pretty proud of that one. I also got another Sardinia this week. There aren't a whole lot of hams in Sardinia, so everyone counts. That was IS0ZOD. KD9MED, the Duke of Digital DX.
Thank you very much, there, Kerry, for that wonderful DX report. That's great. There, that company with the islands between Finland and Sweden, and let's see, and the south tip of Greenland with a cruise liner. That's wonderful. That's great. By the way, the turnout so far, I got 24 check-ins so far. Well, the 23 on-air check-ins and that one internet check-in. So it's a good turnout. Let's keep it going. Okay, Gary, we'll get back to you in a few minutes for the round table. Thanks for checking in. Does any other station have any DX reports that I'd like to pass along? Okay, as we almost do every Friday night for W9GD DX Corner, we're going to check him in. W9GD. Of course, that call now belongs to Gary in Crystal Lake, Illinois. He was K9FML. W9GD HC honorary checking. Okay, let's go ahead with the SWAPnet. All items bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of amps, radio, or computers. All items bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or possession of the person who wants to get rid of stuff. May mention price over there, but it actually should be done either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does any station have any SWAPnet traffic you'd like to pass along? Please call now. Okay, one moment, please. Okay, let's go ahead with the round table. Okay, now we got the Belvedere Handfest coming up next month. I'm going to ask, this was suggested by a learner, K9KCT last night. What is the best or the worst item that you ever bought at a Handfest? KD9MED. Mike, what do you say?
Jimmy, I don't know, best? Worst? I don't think I've ever bought a worst item, but I I've definitely have bought anything from old radio tubes up to hats and little knickknacks and whatnot. Never really had a bad experience. K9MED, back to net.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Mike. Okay, that sounds good. Thanks for checking in. Let us know if we get any more internet check-ins. All right, Ricky, W9AXD the net control of the reinstated Northern Illinois Skywarn training net. We had our first net in about 2.5 years last night. Ricky did a great job. He had 9 check-ins. Okay, Ricky. What is the best or worst time that you ever bought at a ham fest?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. I really don't go to buy stuff. I just usually go to, talk to people. But to answer the question, the worst would probably be a computer router that the guy said worked, and I brought it home, and it did not work. I ended up just using the antennas off of it anyways, so... that's pretty much what I needed it for. But that would be the worst, and probably the best, the adapters. Man, you can get those adapters really, really cheap there. So, and then also, I might as well add, Joe, he sells the coax pretty cheap too. So, you can get a lot of good deals. You just got to look for them, and I know I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I see a lot of people out there coming up next month. So, but yeah, send it back to you, Jimmy. Good to hear everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing pretty good and enjoying the summer night. Back to you, Jimmy. WX9RLT.
Well, I'm definitely enjoying the summer night, Ricky. I'll tell you what, I got 9 or 10 fans going on in this apartment. It's very warm and humid and muggy in this apartment. I even got my window open too. But okay, it sounds good. Well, I'm planning on going. There's the idea of somebody. I'm trying to get a ride there, but we'll worry about that in the next 3 or 4 weeks there. So, and I hopefully you'll get a chance to meet Mike, KD9MED. You didn't get to meet him last year, but hopefully you'll get a chance to meet him this year.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting Mike. I just missed him by a couple seconds last year, so so hopefully I get to meet Mike. So yeah, definitely good net, Jimmy. So send it back to you, WX9RLT.
I'll tell you what, I'm pleasantly surprised at the turnout too so far. 25 stations have checked in. 23 on-air check-ins, 1 on-air check-in, 1 internet check-in. So. That's great. We'll just keep it going here. Okay, thanks, Ricky. Okay, Brian, KD9Q, let's do that again. KD9, Quebec Victor Bravo. I don't know if you've been to any ham fest or not, but I'm just asking the question, what was the best or worst times you ever bought at a ham fest?
KD9QBB, yeah, Jimmy. I've been to a few ham fests now, and I enjoy them. I bought just some small things, no new radios, or actually I shouldn't say that. I did buy one HT, but I really haven't used that much. That's just kind of sitting in a drawer as a backup possibly. But probably the best thing, I don't have any bad things that I bought, but the best thing was this little antenna switch. It's got one common in, and then you can switch to 5 other locations on it where you can hook up coax. So I kind of use it in the reverse, and I use, I've got 2 outs on the, or actually 3 outputs on the back of my radio. So I've got my 2 meter going in one port, and I've got my HF going in the other, and I love it. And I think I got that thing for $2. So what a deal. Back to you, sir.
That's great. That is definitely great, Brian. Hopefully, maybe I'll get to meet you in person at the Belvedere Ham Fest. So, okay, thanks, Brian, for checking in. Okay, KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. What is the best or worst times you bought at a Ham Fest?
KC9GCR, KD9HKX. Well, good evening, Jim, and everyone else on net tonight. Nice group out there. To tell you the truth, Jim, I've never made it to a Hamfest yet. When I got my ticket, you know, I was still employed, and work seemed to interfere every time a Hamfest come along. And then just as I was retiring, of course, was in the middle of COVID, so that put the kibosh on that. So kind of looking forward to getting to Belvedere this fall. That will be my first one. So I can't answer your question because I haven't bought anything at a Hamfest yet. So hope to this fall. And with that, I'll turn back to you, KC9GCR KD9HX.
Okay, Larry, sounds good. Hopefully I'll get to meet you in person there, too. So thanks for checking in there. Anyway, have a good evening. Okay, KD9SSV, Mike and Roscoe. What is the best or worst item you ever bought at a Hamfest?
Well, let's see. I think it might be a best and worst all rolled up in the one here, if I remember right. I usually got pretty good stuff at Hamfest. But one of the best deals that came along was a whole box of vacuum tubes, like new and used ones. And it must hit the guy right at the right time. I guess he wanted to go, and I got the whole box for like $10. It was like a steal on the deal. And the worst part of it was, at my old QTH, when I moved here, somehow the box got lost in the move, so that was the worst part. And there you go, one story all rolled up in the one. Back to Ned.
Ain't that the way it goes sometimes? Okay, Mike, hey, thanks for checking in and bringing us your report there. KD9NKC, Toby. What is the best or worst items that you ever bought at a Hamfest?
Well, I'm going to have to say that, or follow Larry there a little bit, and I've never really been to a Hamfest, so I can't say that I've ever personally seen anything or had that experience.
Okay, sounds good, Toby. I didn't quite catch that, but okay. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to see you the next month at the Hamfest. Okay, thanks for checking in. Now, Matt, KD9V Victor Papa Bravo. I know you have yet to attend the Hamfest. Hopefully, you'll go to the Belvedere. So, okay, that's what I was asking the question. So, what has been happening since last time I talked to you there?
KD9 Victor Papa Bravo. Not much. Kind of looking forward to the Hamfest here. I got it on my calendar. Never know with the family of what's going on, so I'm all about the deals though. So I don't need a whole lot of stuff right now, but I usually tend to stumble across pretty decent stuff at any event like that. Back to Ned.
This is K9GCR to Friday Night Fun on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun at Central and Freeport. Well, okay, I'll tell you what, now, I know you've been hand for 2 weeks now, so okay, what did you think of the Skywarn that last night that Ricky conducted? I know you really want to get into this hobby for the Aries and what have you, but what did you think of the Skywarn that last night?
It was a good net. I actually, when I was on the net, I emailed Tony over there. He got back with me right away, told me when their next meeting is, and I hear somebody else is on with Aries up out of Rock County, so I'll probably I'll hop online and check that out too. So get the two neighboring counties here to me.
Okay, well that sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, Matt, thanks for checking in. Okay, you have a good evening. I'll see if Jennifer, KD9ATR, is joining us. Jennifer, are you on the 195? Okay, I guess not. We'll move on then. KD9 K9MED, Kerry. What is the best or worst times you ever bought it at a ham fest?
This is KD9MED. When I go to the ham fest, I guess I look for little piece parts. I dig through all the junk boxes and look for little things that I don't have to pay more than, you know, a dime or a quarter for. And adapters, like the other guy said. Oh man, I think I have the world's biggest adapter collection, and yet I get stumped several times a year. You know, it's something I can't adapt. Brief reset. Best thing I bought at a ham fest. This was at the Sandwich Ham Fest a couple years ago. I picked up one of those great big Dentron super tuners, antenna tuner. And boy, it works good for receiving. I use it with my little dongle radios, and it can, for receiving, it'll, you know, really help with the wire antenna. Helps a lot. It's big, but it works better than all the other tuners I got. KD9MED.
Well, that's great, Kerry. I'm glad you're happy with that. That's for sure. And thanks for taking. Okay, K9F David Lloyd, short time. KC9RGG Norm. I hope you're still with us. Sorry about the long wait there. But what is the best or worst time that you ever bought at a ham fest?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Yeah, Jim, I'm still awake. Of course, the chickens went to bed a long time ago, and I'm following them, but I'm still hanging in there. I bought an oscilloscope a number of years ago, and it didn't come with any probes. I think I paid $40 for the oscilloscope. So I went up to the Jefferson County Ham Fest specifically to look for some probes for my oscilloscope, and I found one. It was $20 and I bought it. And when I got home, I found I could have had any number of these things for about $2 from the internet. So I learned a lesson there, Jim. But I made somebody else happy because he made some money. KC9GCR, KC9RGG, I'll be hitting the sack.
Okay, Norm, sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Hey, listen, we need to start supporting these ham fests instead of selling all this stuff on the internet. As we always say, don't sell it on the internet, advertise on the swap net, or take it to a ham fest or whatever. But we need to start supporting these ham fests. That's for sure. So, okay, Norm, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Tom, W9AXD, if you're still with us, what is the best or worst time that you ever bought at a ham fest?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville, W9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'd have to go probably with my power supply. I remember it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I had an MG power supply that I bought when I was in my Navy days. I mean, oh my goodness, probably 30 plus years ago. And it started going out. So, I mean, it was only giving me 11 and a half volts. So I went up there and I did my research, and I ended up buying an MFJ power supply. The funny thing is, my MG power supply that I bought when I was in the Navy, it was a big, huge brick. I mean, this thing probably weighed 40 pounds. It was a 20 amp, 22 amp surge, and it was, I want to say, the second from the top of the line. It was a big power supply at the time, back there in the mid 90s. And the MFJ that I ended up buying, it was a 40 amp, 42 amp surge, and I want to say it was less than a third of what I paid in the Navy. So it's just funny. Technology is impressive. It advances as it goes.
Sounds good, Tom. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. Friday Night Fun that time. You have a good evening and enjoy. K9YI, Scott and Monroe. What's going on with... What is your favorite item that you bought at a... what's the best or worst item that you bought at a Hamfest?
You just doubled with somebody, Jimmy. AC9GO.
Oh, I'm sorry about... Station, I'm sorry about that. Station, come back, please. Was her station trying to check in or whatever? Come back. Okay, sorry about that. Scott, K9YI Monroe, you still with us? What is the best or worst time that you bought? Go ahead, I'm going to turn the other radio on, Scott. I'll see if I can pick you up on the input. Go ahead. This is K9G Shower, the Friday Night Fun Net of the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net, Central Wave Railroad. Okay, Scott, 73, I'm sorry about the conditions on 6-1. It was just not to beat tonight. So, okay, I got your traffic, and thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. Folks, I'm definitely sorry about that, but Scott, K9YI is not able to get into the repeater. That's why we try to hear him on the input on the 195 or on the output or the 195 simplex or what have you. Definitely sorry about that. Okay, let's this is K9G Shower. The worst time I ever bought a Hamfest, I went to the CFMC Hamfest in 2009. I bought one of those speaker mics for my HTX 202, and I'll tell you what, that was the worst. I only paid about $2 of it. I ended up getting rid of it. I had nothing but problem with it, so that's it. Okay, Al, K9EPZ, what is the best or worst item that you ever bought at a Hamfest? Al, K9EPZ, are you with us?
K9AGR, did you call me?
I was calling K9EPG, but Jennifer, go ahead. Sorry about the conditions on 6-1. But, okay, I don't know if you've ever been to a Hamfest or not, Jennifer, but I was asking the question. What is the best or worst time that you ever bought at a Hamfest?
Yeah, thanks. I did switch over here and I've been multitasking, but no, I've never been to a Hamfest before, but I've been to the Dayton Hamfest, but I didn't buy anything. I just walked around there and stuff, but anyway, I'm glad I finally came to this net. You're doing a good job, and I really like this net. It's really great. K9RFD, back to you.
Thank you very much for your support. We've been doing this net since December 5th, 2008. We were on very different repeaters there, but and the turnout's good so far. 25 check-ins overall. We'll see how many more I get. But thank you, and you do a great job on the your Aries race you said on Tuesday evenings at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much for doing that.
I just wanted to make a correction on that. That's not me that runs the net. That's Janelle, but thanks for a compliment anyway. But that was Janelle running the net, and but thank you anyway. K9RFD Repeater.
Yeah, you're right. You're one of the net control stations operators there. So okay, talk to you later, Jennifer. Thanks for checking in. Okay, that concludes my list. Or do you have any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? You come home to your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. If you just came home, turned your radio on, you've been copying mail for the last hour. This is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region without traffic. It's called K9 GCR.
K9 GCR, N9 CUT.
N9CUT, good evening, Jeff. We're talking about what is your best or least what is your best or worst item that you ever bought at a Hamfest? Would you like to share your thoughts, please?
Well, let's see. My best purchase was the radio that I'm talking to you on. My Yaesu FT 5100, and the one that was probably questionable was the SWR meter that I bought used from some vendor, and then some other ham. I was newly licensed at the time, and another ham says, well, you might have bought a piece of junk, but so far so good. The SWR meter's been in line for the last 25, 26 years now. So, other than that, I'm going to try to make it out to the Belvedere one. We'll see what the day brings on that. So, back to you, Jim, N9ZUT.
Okay, Jeff, sounds good. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you in the next month in Belvedere. Any more stations you want to check in this time? Please call now.
K9SPG, Scott in Rockford.
N9SPG, okay, Scott. Well, welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net. I'll put you down. I'm asking a question. What is your the best or worst item that you ever bought at a Hamfest?
Well, I've never bought anything from a Hamfest. When I was living in Ohio, I was at the Dayton Hamfest, and they had a lot of stuff out there to buy, but I never did buy anything. So, we just have to give it up on that. So, anyways, you take care, my friend. N9SPJ, clear 195.
You too, Scott. Thank you for checking in. Let's hope Jerry, N9ZBI, gets his radio situation resolved so he can start to check it in. I'm thinking about maybe putting him down as an honorary check-in. We'll see what happens.
So, Jimmy, put it down as an honorary check-in, because I don't have his radio reprogrammed now, and it doesn't look like it's going to be. So, yeah, put him down. He listens.
Okay, sounds good. Well, you know, if he's listening, he can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline, area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636. I can put him down as a hotline checking too. Okay, Scott, thank you for checking in. 73, enjoy your evening.
Jimmy, you take care. Have a good night. N9SBJ clear 195.
9G, sir. Thanks for taking the Friday Night Fun. And any more stations want to check in, please call now.
N9GLY checking in, Jimmy. Good evening.
N9GLY, Austin, the EC down in Ogle County. What's going on with you, Austin? I'm asking the question. What is the best or worst item that you ever bought at a Hamfest?
Well, Jimmy, don't have a whole lot going on tonight. My cousin is up visiting from Champaign-Urbana, so we just had a little bit of dinner, and we're kind of sitting here just shooting the bull. You know, I haven't bought a whole lot at Hamfest. Had a booth at Dayton last year and sold a whole bunch of stuff, but really haven't bought a whole lot. I did buy a 706 Mark II G, but other than that, I've really never bought a whole lot. Back to you, Jimmy, N9GLY.
Okay, sounds good, Austin. Hey, Belvedere is coming up next, Sunday, September 25th, and maybe we'll see you there.
Well, I plan on being there, Jimmy. We'll be on the way back from a week up in Door County, Wisconsin, and I do plan on attending. So I'll make it a point to find you there. So just a little side note here: my cousin just got his GMRS license, and he's studying for his technician level ham license. So just kind of cruising around, maybe making a little contact on 5.2 to show him what radio's all about. So, give it back to you, Jimmy, N9GLY, clear on 195. I'll be back to monitoring.
Austin, thank you for checking in, and we'll definitely catch you on the Tuesday night at Ogle County at 9 o'clock on 165. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, as of yet, I do not have the new tech Q&A book, or I would have read some questions. If I'm doing Friday Night Fun Net Trivia, I read from the general and extra Q&A. I don't have that available. So, okay, Austin 73, thanks for checking in. Good luck. Let's hope he passes his technician's test with flying colors.
He says, thanks, Jimmy. He's definitely sat in before when we've been talking, and is quite fond of you. So, hopefully he can get his license and maybe eventually check into the Friday Night Fun Net. 7-3, Jimmy, KC9GCR and 9GLY.
He's from Champaign-Urbana. He can check in via the internet. Go through Mike, KD9MED in Rochelle. They really check in to me. Thanks for checking in. Okay. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9MED with another internet check-in.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right, we got Patrick checking in. Kilo Foxtrot, Niner Sierra Delta.
Okay, as Tony N9ARB says, keep finding $9 silver. Okay, I've gone down. Mike, thanks. Any more stations that want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. I'll tell you what, this is one of the best turnouts I've had in a long time. There's a count stands at 29 check-ins. Let's see. 2 internet check-ins, 1 honorary check-ins. Well, actual, let's see. How many? Actually, the 26 stations are checked in on the air, and 2 internet check-ins and 1 honorary check-in. So, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now, I was asked this question by I can't even talk. Rick, K9QDP. He wants to know. Does anybody know what? This is a funny thing for a trivia question, but what is a centenarian? Anybody knows what a centenarian is? Come back. I think we got 2 stations trying to get in there. Let's try that again.
KD9SSV.
Go ahead, Mike.
A guy that reached 100 years old.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. Well, what happened was, during our Wednesday evening swap net, which we have on the 147.390 repeater, it's at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Mel, K9RFD, the trustee of the 39 repeater, brings us an amateur radio news line. 15-minute independent news broadcast devoted entirely to amateur radio. There was a story about this 100-year-old ham lives on the Wisconsin-Michigan border. He just celebrated his 100th birthday. So that was what I was going to say. If you have not heard amateur radio newsline, it's a good broadcast. Make sure you tune in Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater here in Freeport, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel and I share the duties as net control operator. I ran net this past Wednesday, and he'll run it next Wednesday. But that's what one of the stories are on the amateur radio news line. It's a good broadcast there. So okay, thanks, Mike. Okay, at this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I had to go over to the other side of the room here at the other desk to get my magnifying glass. We're going to do Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. It's just going to be a few questions from the general and extra Q&A. I still do not have my new copy of the new tech Q&A book. If anybody's interested in this, send them some money to the ARRL, and you can order that new tech Q&A book and mail it to me. My mailing address is 320 North Harlem Avenue, apartment 606, Freeport, Illinois 61032. I repeat, my mailing address is 320 North Harlem Avenue, apartment 606, Freeport, Illinois 61032. Otherwise, I'll probably have to end up buying a new copy there at the Belvedere Hamfest. So, okay, let's get underway. Try to find some easy questions here. Oh, boy. Okay. I want to read this question anyway. What is required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments? A. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. B. The interrogating transmission must be made by another automatically controlled station. C. No third-party traffic may be transmitted. D. The control operator of the interrogating station must hold an amateur extra class license. What is required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments? A. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. B. The interrogating transmission must be made by another automatically controlled station. C. No third-party traffic may be transmitted. D. The control operator of the interrogating station must hold an amateur extra class license. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay, I'll read this question and I'll give the correct answer. What is required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments? Correct answer is A, alpha. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. A human control operator must initiate and monitor communications with automatic and controlled stations in order to prevent interference and ensure proper operating practices. 97.221, General Class License Manual, page 6-13. We'll try another one here. Okay. What is the volunteer monitoring program? A. Amateur volunteers who are formally enlisted to monitor the airways for rules violations. B. Amateur volunteers who conduct amateur licensing examinations. C. Amateur volunteers who will conduct frequency coordination for amateur VHF repeaters. D. Amateur volunteers who use their station equipment to help civil defense organizations in time of emergency. What is the volunteer monitoring program? A. Amateur volunteers who are formally enlisted to monitor the airways for rules violations. B. Amateur volunteers who conduct amateur licensing examinations. C. Amateur volunteers who conduct frequency coordination for amateur VHF repeaters. D. Amateur volunteers who use their station equipment to help civil defense organizations in time of emergency. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED says A, alpha.
Okay, Gary, you are correct. You are correct. What is the volunteer monitoring program? Correct answer is A, alpha. Volunteer examiners who are formally enlisted to monitor the airways for rules violations. And the discussion is rather lengthy, so I'm not even going to read it. Yeah. Oh, good God, I'm not using that. Wait a minute. Okay. Those of you who work with Link or whatever should know the correct answer to this question by heart. Which communication system sometimes uses the internet to transfer messages? A. WinLink. B. RTTY or RIDI. C. Aries. D. Skywarn. Which communication system sometimes uses the internet to transfer messages? A. WinLink. B. RTTY. C. Aries. D. Skywarn. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED. I don't know, but A, alpha worked last time. Maybe it'll work this time.
Well, it did work that time, Gary, and you are correct. Which communication system sometimes uses the internet to transfer messages? Correct answer is A, alpha, WinLink. The WinLink system is the best known messaging system for amateur radio, accepting and delivering email messages via ham radio from a worldwide system of internet servers. Other messaging services such as APRS also use internet gateway stations. General Class License Manual, page 6-8. Okay, we'll find another question. Okay, here's a more simple question. What does the term critical angle mean as used in radio wave propagation? A, the long path azimuth of a distant station. B, the short path azimuth of a distant station. C, the lowest takeoff angle that will return a radio wave to Earth under specific ionospheric conditions. D, the highest takeoff angle that will return a radio wave to Earth under specific ionospheric conditions. What does the term critical angle mean as used in radio wave propagation? A, the long path azimuth of a distant station. B, the short path azimuth of a distant station. C, the lowest takeoff angle that will return a radio wave to Earth under specific ionospheric conditions. D, the highest takeoff angle that will return a radio wave to Earth under specific atmospheric conditions. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
C, N9CGT.
Sorry, Jeff, you said C, Charlie. That is not correct. Thanks for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What does the term critical angle mean as used in radio wave propagation? Correct answer is D delta. The highest takeoff angle that will return a radio wave to Earth under specific ionospheric conditions. At each frequency, there is a maximum angle for which the radio wave can leave the antenna and still be refracted back to Earth by the ionosphere instead of simply passing through it and proceeding out into space. The critical angle changes depending on the let's do that again. The critical angle changes depending on the ionization of the ionosphere. That's a mouthful. Alright. Okay. Oh boy. How does the feed point impedance of a 1/2 wave dipole change as the feed point is moved from the center toward the ends? A, it steadily increases. B, it steadily decreases. C, it peaks at about 1/8 wavelength from the end. D, it is unaffected by the location of the feed point. How does the feed point impedance of a 1/2 wave dipole change as the feed point is moved from the center toward the ends? A, it steadily increases. B, it steadily decreases. C, it peaks at about 1/8 wavelength from the end. D, it is unaffected by the location of the feed point. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
KD9N, good evening, Kurt. Go ahead.
Well, I'm checking in, Jimmy, and I believe the answer is it steadily increases.
You are correct, Kurt. You are correct. How does the feed point impedance of a 1/2 wave dipole change as the feed point is moved from the center toward the ends? Correct answer is A alpha. It steadily increases. The center of a 1/2 wavelength dipole is the location of the lowest feed point impedance, approximately 72 ohms in free space. At the ends of the dipole, feed point impedance is several thousand ohms. In between, feed point impedance increases steadily as the feed point is moved from the center towards the ends of the antenna. General class license manual page 7-3. Okay, Kurt, K9N, let me check you in the net here. I'm asking the question, what is the best or worst item that you ever bought at a hamfest?
Gee whiz, I've gotten a few things that were pretty reasonable price-wise and worked okay. Trying to think here. I know I bought a couple things that didn't work or it didn't, like have the filters in it, the guy said, or whatever, but specifically, I just can't remember, Jimmy.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was saying earlier, the worst time I ever bought a Hamfest was that it was, I think it was a $2, $3 speaker mic that I could connect to my Radio Shack HTX202 radio. When I went to the CFMC Hamfest back in 2009, I think it was Brad, K9RFD at the time there. He's gone through so many call signs, it's pathetic, of course. And I ended up buying that speaker mic. I'll tell you what, that gave me nothing but problem. Finally, I said I got rid of it. That's the worst time I ever bought a Hamfest.
Yeah, that'll happen. I haven't had that happen a lot, but again, every now and then I bought, something and it wasn't quite as they said it was, but not very much. It just didn't happen very much. There's not many things I would buy at a Hamfest anymore just because I don't need anything or want anything. So hopefully those days of buying stuff that aren't exactly what you thought they were going to be are few and far between. But I guess everyone's kind of gone through that a little bit at one time or another. Hopefully not too much money was involved. But, that's why they always say, buyer beware. Over.
Boy, ain't that the truth. Oh, that's for sure. That was about it there. Hey, Kurt, thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net, and enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We're going to do some more trivia questions yet. So, and thank you very much for checking in.
Hey, no problem, Jimmy. I'll be listening here.
Okay, this is probably the best net I've had so far. The best turnout anyway. You're checking number 30. So, okay, we're going to see, I'm going to read one more question. Let's see. On the general class. If I can find it here, it'll take a while. So, okay. Okay, here we go. All right. What are the toughest questions in the Tech General and Extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. Those of you new listeners, those of you who are going to be getting your technician's license soon, someday you're going to be involved in a tower climbing expedition. You're either going to be climb the tower yourself, or you're going to be part of the ground crew. This next question might put you over the top as far as getting your passing your technician's test. By the way, there will be a VE testing session on the at the Belvedere Hamfest on Sunday, September 25th. All right, here we go. Which of these choices should be observed when climbing a tower using a safety belt or harness? A. Never lean back and rely on the belt alone to support your weight. B. Confirm that the belt is rated for the weight of the climber and that it is within its allowable service life. C. Ensure that all heavy tools are securely fastened to the belt D-ring. D. All of these choices are correct. Which of these choices should be observed when climbing a tower using a safety belt or harness? A. Never lean back and rely on the belt alone to support your weight. B. Confirm that the belt is rated for the weight of the climber and that it is within its allowable service life. D. Ensure that all heavy tools are securely fastened to the belt D-ring. D. All these choices are correct. Those of you who climb towers should know the correct answer to this one by heart. Anybody know the correct answer?
KE9N.
Go ahead, Kurt. You want to know.
Yeah, don't I know? The answer is D. All the choices are correct. And I figured, since I answered the one question, I might as well answer this. That way, when you send me those icicles, you can just throw 2 in the envelope instead of just 1.
Okay, Kurt, sounds good. You said D delta. Well, I hate to tell you this, Kurt, but that's not the correct answer. But in a way, you're right. It really should be all of the above. But that's not what the book says. But thanks for giving it a try.
What's the book now?
Boy, ain't that the truth? Okay, Kurt. Hey, anybody else want to give it a shot?
KD9HKX. This question, I swear this question they've got the wrong answer there, but the one they've got marked is B Bravo.
I hear you, Larry. I hear you. You are correct. It is B Bravo. Well, you know, by rights, it really should be all of these choices are correct. And anyway, this question really belongs in the Tech Q&A book anyway. But you are correct, Larry. You are correct. Which of these choices should be observed when climbing a tower using a safety belt or harness? Correct answer is B Bravo. Confirm that the belt is rated for the weight of the climber and that it is within its allowable service life. Okay. As you are climbing up or down, remember to take your time. It's not a race. Be sure your climbing gear is fully secure. Now, these were for you new hams listening, you new listeners. Belts and harnesses must be within their service life and adequately rated for weight. Carabiners or whatever should be completely closed. Latching hooks should close away from the tower. Always use a safety lanyard or redundant lanyards. And remember that often forgotten rule to follow the manufacturer's directions. General Class License Manual, page 9-15. This concludes the general portion of Friday Night Fun Trivia. I'm going to read a couple of extra questions, but before we do, we have any more stations who just joined us? So I'd check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay, this is from the next few questions from the extra Q&A book. What is current in the primary winding of a transformer called if no load is attached to the secondary? A, magnetizing current. B, direct current. C, excitation current. D, stabilizing current. What is current in the primary winding of a transformer called if no load is attached to the secondary? A, magnetizing current. B, direct current. C, excitation current. D, stabilizing current. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KB9SSV, I'm going to go with C, Charlie.
Okay, sorry, Mike. Thanks for trying. That's not correct. Thanks for trying anyway. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What is current in the primary winding of a transformer called if no load is attached to the secondary? Correct answer is A alpha, magnetizing current. Magnetizing current establishes the magnetic field in the transformer core independently of additional current required to supply power to the secondary circuit. Extra class license manual, page 4-36. Okay, we'll find another one here. Oh boy. Oh good. I'm not reading that one. Some of this stuff is either too technical for me. Okay, alright. We'll try this one. What is the term for spurious signals generated by the combination of two or more signals in a nonlinear device or current. A. Amplifier desensitization. B. Neutralization. C. Adjacent channel interference. D. Intermodulation. What is the term for spurious signals generated by the combination of two or more signals in a non-linear device or circuit? A. Amplifier desensitization. B. Neutralization. C. Adjacent channel interference. D. Intermodulation. Anybody correct to answer this question?
9 CUT.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark. I think it's Delta D.
You are correct. You are correct. What is the term for spurious signals generated by the combination of two or more signals in a non-linear device or circuit? Correct answer is D delta, intermodulation. Intermodulation interference occurs when the signals of two transmitters mix together in one or both of their final amplifiers, and unwanted signals at the sum and difference frequencies of the original signals are generated. Extra class license manual page 7-22. Okay, here's a simple one. Which of the following amateur bands most frequently provides long path propagation? A. 80 meters. B. 20 meters. C. 10 meters. D. 6 meters. Which of the following amateur bands most frequently provides long path propagation? A. 80 meters. C. 20 meters. C. 10 meters. D. 6 meters. Anybody correct to answer this question?
9 CUT.
Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
I'm going on a limb again. B is in Bravo.
You are correct, Jeff. You are correct. Which of the following amateur bands most frequently provides long path propagation? Correct answer is B, Bravo, 20 meters. You can consistently make use of long path enhancement on the 20-meter band. All it takes is a modest beam antenna with a relatively high gain compared to a dipole, such as a Yagi or a quad at a height that enhances radiation at low vertical angles. Extra class license manual page 10-9. All right. Okay. During a VHF-UHF contest, in which band segment would you expect to find the highest level of SSB or CW activity? A. At the top of each band, usually in a segment reserved for a contest. B. In the middle of each band, usually on the national calling frequency. C. In the weak signal segment of the band, with most of the activity near the calling frequency. D. In the middle of the band, usually 25 kilohertz above the national calling frequency. During a VHF-UHF contest, in which band segment would you expect to find the highest level of SSB or CW activity? A. At the top of each band, usually in a segment reserved for a contest. B. In the middle of each band, usually on the national calling frequency. C. In the weak signal segment of the band, with most of the activity near the calling frequency. D. In the middle of the band, usually 25 kilohertz above the national calling frequency. Anybody have the correct answer to this question?
And 9 CUT.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I think it's C. It's the weak signal area towards the bottom of the band.
You are correct, Jeff. You are correct. During a VHF-UHF contest, in which band segment would you expect to find the highest level of SSB or CW activity? Correct answer is C, Charlie. In the weak signal segment of the band, with most of the activity near the calling frequency. Most contest activity on the VHF and UHF bands is SSB or CW, referred to as weak signal because these modes perform better than FM at low signal-to-noise ratios. Usual convention for contest activity is to call CQ on or near the calling frequency and then move to a nearby frequency once activity builds. In populated areas, calling CQ on the calling frequency is discouraged so that stations will spread out. Extra class license manual page 2-6. Okay, I'm going to read one more question, and I think that's going to do it, if I can find it. Okay. Oh, I think we already... I'm not reading that question. All right. Just a minute, we'll find it here. Okay? Okay. This is the last question of the evening. What is the National Radio Quiet Zone? A, an area in Puerto Rico surrounding the Arecibo Radio Telescope. B, an area in New Mexico surrounding the White Sands Test Area. C, an area surrounding the National Radio Astronomy Observatory. D, an area in Florida surrounding Cape Canaveral. What is the National Radio Quiet Zone? A, an area in Puerto Rico surrounding the Arecibo Radio Telescope. B, an area in New Mexico surrounding the White Sands Test Area. C, an area surrounding the National Radio Astronomy Observatory. D, an area in Florida surrounding Cape Canaveral. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KB9SSV.
Go ahead, Mike.
Take a stab at this one. I'm going to go with C, Charlie.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. What is the National Radio Quiet Zone? Correct answer is C, Charlie, an area surrounding the National Radio Astronomy Observatory. The National Radio Quiet Zone protects the radio astronomy facilities for the National Radio Astronomy Observatory in Green Bank, West Virginia, and the Naval Research Laboratory at Sugar Grove, West Virginia. It is composed of parts of the states of Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. 97.3 extra class license manual, page 3-20. This concludes Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for this week. We'll do it again next week. At this, I want to thank everybody for participating. Now, at this time, any more stations would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, at this time, I'm going to give you a rundown to the list of all the other nets we have in the area. In exactly 15 minutes at 10 o'clock, Night Watch gets underway. That's on the Chicago FM Club 443.750 repeater. PL 114.8 plus offset. If you cannot get into that repeater, you can get in via the Echo Link. Tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater, we'll have the Saturday evening rag tune net. We go around a few times, talk about different topics and what have you. I believe Jamie at W9AXD will be your net control station tomorrow night. Also, Saturday evening at 9 p.m. If you're able to pick up the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, well, technically it's a New Berlin, Wisconsin. We got this, that has a PL 127.3 minus offset. You got the Saturday Night Fun Net. That is a lot more structured than this one. You got to check in a certain way and what have you. And some of the topics that they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of even bringing them up on this set. But that's a Saturday Night Fun Net, 146.910 tomorrow evening, every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. The Greene County Aries Races Net meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 Repeater in Monroe, Wisconsin. That's a PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI, you checked this net a few minutes ago, is net control of that net. It's a combination of Aries Races and the Rag Tune net. The Whiteside County Aries Races group holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 Repeater in Sterling, PL 114.8, the minus offset. Big Thunder Amateur Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net also at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 Repeater in Belvedere that has a PL of 100.0 plus offset. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. On the 146.610 Repeater, we got the Monday Night Rah-Rah info net. Larry, K9KZG, and I share the duties as net control operator. I ran the net this past Monday. I think I had 8 check-ins. And Larry will do that this coming on Monday night. The Lee County Aries Races group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 Repeater in Dixon with a PL 1 of 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club holds its Monday evening net, I should say, at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 Repeater in DeKalb. That has a PL of 100.0 minus offset. Okay. Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. We got 2 nets that meet at that time. We got here on this repeater, of course, it's the Tuesday evening Health and Tech net with Larry. H9GO is your net control station. We ask a question how everybody's doing health-wise, and if anybody has any technical questions. Also, at the same time, the Rock County Aries Races group holds its net at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 Repeater in Janesville. PL 123.0 minus offset. The Ogle County Amateur Radio Net for Aries Skywarn meets on Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 Repeater in Oregon. That has a PL of 146.2 plus offset. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 Repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our weekly Stevenson County Aries net. I'm the net control operator for that net. Greater Boyd Amateur Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net, I should say, on the 147.120 Repeater in Boyd. PL 123.0 plus offset. That net meets at 7:30 p.m. And I mentioned this earlier at 8 p.m. Here in Freeport on the 147.390 Repeater on Wednesday. PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. It runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. but all traffic is handled, as I mentioned earlier. Mel, K9RFD, the trustee of the 39 Repeater, brings us Amateur Radio Newsline. Independent news broadcast, 15-minute independent news broadcast of owned entirely Amateur Radio. I understand that's broadcast on the internet. That net is recorded. It comes out on Friday of the previous week, so this week's net will be heard on next Wednesday night. If you can't hear it on the internet, you're welcome to tune in to the 39 Repeater on Wednesday night and listen to it then during our swap net. Okay, now, Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, senors and senoritas, I am happy to announce the return of the Northern Illinois Skywarn Training Net. We had our first net in about 2.5 years. This last evening at 7 p.m. on this repeater. Ricky, WX9RLT, a great job. You had a total of 9 check-ins. Now, immediately following that net, I will conduct the Thursday evening health and tech net. Now, it should be noted that Larry, K9KZT, has the CW practice immediately following the conclusion of the respective nets on Mondays, Tuesdays, and the Thursday nights. Be sure you tune in for at least hear the code practice anyway. Last night at the Larry K9KZT flashing Morse code. Turn around, don't drown. So in honor of our Skywarn training net. Okay. Just a minute. One moment, please. Oh boy, I'm looking for the wrong place here. Let's see where. Okay, let's see. Now the Salvation Army also has some Saturn nets I want to tell you about. Let's see. The International Saturn net meets every day Monday through Saturday at 1500 hours Zulu on 14.265 megahertz on the 20-meter bands, upper side band. Central Territory Saturn net meets Tuesdays at 1330 hours Zulu on 7.265 megahertz, 40 meters lower side band. Okay, now I don't know if this net is meeting anymore or not, but I'm going to announce it anyway. West Metro Chicago Saturn net meets Monday evenings at 7 p.m. local time on the 145.310 repeater in Wheaton, Illinois. That has a PL 107.2 minus offset. But I'll tell you what this net is still going on for sure. The East Metro Chicago Saturn net. That meets on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. local time on the Chicago FM Club CFMC 146.760 megahertz in Chicago with PL 107.2 minus offset. And don't forget the senile net. That net meets every Monday through Friday, between 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck. WD9BB is your net control station. Okay, you're all caught up today on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means, support your local clubs. Now, any more stations who wish to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO, hello, Dean. You're checking number 31. This is probably one of the best turnouts I've had. What's K9FLO? What's going on with you, Dean?
Good evening, Jimmy. I thought I'd make a late check-in. Not by choice, but anyway, I'm glad you're still on here. I thought I was going to miss you. And so it's the summer's coming to an end pretty soon. Notice it's getting darker out sooner, and the days are getting shorter, and that means you know what's going to happen. Fall's going to be here. So, and we'll have to go out and get some apples. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
That's unfortunate. I'm going to tell you something, Dean. I think before it's all said and done, I think we're going to have at least one more heat wave. I think we're not done with 90-degree plus temperatures yet. I think we're going to get it maybe at the end of August or maybe around September. We've had heat waves in September in October before we've had 90-degree temperatures, so summer's not over with yet.
Well, I think you're right. Being a member of a co-op electric company that supplies our electricity up here, they are counting on us to use more electricity, so you're probably right there, Jimmy. Go ahead.
That's great, that definitely sounds good. Hey, I'm asking the question tonight. What is your favorite item or worst items, best or worst items that you ever bought at a ham fest?
Oh, boy, that's a good question. I've been going to ham fest for a few years, so most of the stuff, if I buy, I know what I'm looking for. I'm on a mission. Otherwise, usually the ones you usually get used to, I haven't bought any in quite a while, but the places sold the batteries, rechargeable batteries and that. And I usually found they never lived up to my expectation. In other words, didn't last as long as they claimed and this and that. So that was probably the weakest link for that and my needs. Otherwise, I always enjoy ham fests. Don't buy it like you used to. Those days are gone. Now I just try doing more unloading. I'll be doing that at Boone County, be selling, downsizing, I guess. So yeah, that's something, you know, it's always fun, but you know, we've gone through the life cycle of the early days of Amfest, and nowadays you're going the other way around where you're going to be partying with stuff. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Oh yeah, I hear you. That's the way it goes. I was telling them the worst time I ever bought a ham fest was back in 2009. We went to Belvedere. I bought a speaker mic for my Radio Shack HX202. That was my Elmer's radio. I bought after he passed away. That speaker mic didn't work with the hoot, so I ended up getting rid of it.
Well, you know, yeah, that's okay. You did good. You got rid of it, and you will run into that. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, and you just kind of figure out what it is. I know a few years ago I had a radio. It had been hit by lightning, and I had sent it back to the factory, and they said, well, we can't fix it because it would cost more to repair it than to, you know, you're better off to just get a replacement or a new one. And so one of the guys that said that, well, bring it to the Hamfest. And, you know, I'll tell you what, I set it on the table there, I marked it under, it had been hit by lightning. It does not power up or anything. And by gosh, I got more money for it than I ever thought I would. So I don't know if that means people out there have a way of getting aftermarket stuff to make things work. But, you know, you just never know. So a lot of that stuff you just kind of hang on to. But I've got a lot of that stuff that weighs like 100 pounds. And, oh, boy, I'm not looking forward to getting rid of that stuff. So that'd probably be my kids that will inherit it. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Well, what you do, you can't use it anymore, you might as well get rid of it. And like I always say, don't advertise it on the internet, advertise it on the swap net, and or take it to a ham fest. We need to start supporting these ham fests instead of relying more on the internet or whatever. Of course, I don't have a computer, I don't have internet, so I can say this with confirmation or however you want to, with authority, yes. Yeah. Take it to a ham fest or advertise on a swap net. Don't put it out over the internet. We'll put it that way.
Well, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. you know, you think about that. This is the Hamfests are a resource that us hams have available to us, and if we don't use it, we're going to lose it like anything else. But that's a good source to buy, sell, whatever, and it's unique. You know, you go to Hamfest, generally speaking, you don't see boats there or cars there or anything like that. It's very specialized for us, and everybody that goes there pretty much knows what they're wanting or want to sell or something like that. So it's unique to our industry, and you know, we don't want to lose it because I know times are changing, but you're right. It's a lot of fun to do this, and not only that, you get to meet a lot of good people, and it's always fun to go to them. So I look forward to them. Not as much as I used to because it's just not as easy to do, but you know, it's still enjoyable. There, Jimmy, go ahead.
I hear you. Just stand by there, Gene. I got to take care of some business here. I'll be right with you. This is K9G Sharp, the Friday Night Fun at the W9AXD K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. Transmitting for Friday Night Fun at Central in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. Lockdown. At this moment, Winnebago County Jail is going on lockdown. Terry K9MED was telling me you listen to the jail frequencies there. He doesn't on the scanner. He doesn't live that far away from us, so he at this time, 10 o'clock every night, it's lockdown. Okay, yeah. K9FLO, Dean, as I was saying, well, the only Hamfest I go to is the one in Belvedere. I've not been in, I don't go to any other one. I'm sure you remember years past when there used to be a Hamfest at the Metro Center in Rockford years ago.
Well, I could go back a little further there too, but yeah, you're right. Before that, it used to be at the Rockford Armory, and that's really going back. So, I mean, they've been around a long time now. Of course, unfortunately, the Rockford has kind of disappeared, but you know, they may come back, get enough people interested, and get. It may take involvement of multiple clubs to pull it off, but I think we have the numbers there, hams and that, to be able to make something to happen. It's always, you know, fun to do, and although the spouses usually don't appreciate it, you know, like, why did you buy that? How much did you spend? And this and that. So you always gotta cover yourself by saying, "Wow, this is out of my radio kitty." And this kitty came from stuff that I sold other sources online or nowadays the internet, this and that. So, but yeah, I mean it's been around, and it's just the equipment has changed, but it's still fun to do and do the quality time in that, and you know, I hope it doesn't disappear. And another thing too, unfortunately, is that we're all getting more matured, and mobility is not like it used to be, but that's still worth going to. I'm looking forward to the Boone County, and hopefully they'll have a great turnout this year. Jimmy, are you going to have a location you're going to be at, or you know where we can find you, or are you going to be hiding in a corner or something like that? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I gotta find a way to get there first. But I'll tell you what, I'm probably in the main building. That's where I kind of want to be. I don't want to be roaming around too much longer because I want as many people as possible to meet me. So I'm going to try to be at the I'm going to try to be at a certain location. I'll ask whoever runs the PA system. They're just big announce, say, Jim Dorsey, K9GCR, host of Friday Night Fun Net is here. If you want to meet him, I'll be one of my yellow Friday Night Fun Net hat, which I bought last year. It'll be a yellow cap with black lettering. Friday Night Fun Net K9GCR. I bought that last year to replace the one I lost that I bought a few years ago.
All right, hey, sounds good. Be looking for you. We're gonna be there and have a table over there, over by the Rah group. So we'll have a presence, and life will be good. And we'll be looking to sell and all that other good type stuff. And I always enjoy going over there and buy those good old NiCad batteries that are half bad anyway. So. I won't pick out of it. It's nice that those companies come in there and provide that. I really, usually it's a pretty good deal. And of course, picked up new mobile antennas, but sad to say it, people don't seem to be interested in running mobiles in their cars anymore. Of course, now with the new world coming about where we have to buy electric, that means you won't be able to transmit because it may kill your battery. You won't be able to make it home. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
KE9N.
Hi, Kurt.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, Dean, and also Jimmy, that I sent in for 4 tables. I put that in the mail today. And so between the Beloit Club and Rah-Rah, we're going to have 4 tables total.
So what do we do with Jimmy?
Well, hopefully we'll have room for him somewhere. If he, I don't see a problem. My main thing was I didn't want to get 5 tables. I wanted to get 4. But I think, if everything is priced okay, you noticed how, like up in Jefferson, it didn't take very long to start clearing off a table and then maybe put some more stuff on there. So he can be at one end or the other or the middle or something, I'm guessing.
Maybe we should sell like barbecues and potato chips.
Well, I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm getting 4 tables and I got a bunch of stuff to put on them. So I'll leave the cuisine to someone else.
All right, Kurt. Hey, it sounds good. Thanks. Appreciate that. Sounds great. And yeah, I think we'll do pretty good. Hopefully the weather will be good. Remember a couple of years ago it rained. Oh boy, did it rain. And it was disastrous. Last year was good. And let's hope this year to be okay on this. I'm really looking forward to it. And Chuck, I think I'm going to get him to get all that stuff out of his the old timer equipment. I got to get him to get all that out, and so anyway, I did fix my tower today, Kurt. I replaced a reed switch in my rotor, and life is good now.
Was that very hard to do?
On a 1 to 10, probably 6. The biggest thing was bringing the tower down and disassembling the elements on the beam so that I could lower the tower down enough, because I got a neighbor with trees coming over to the property and my own trees on the other side. So the wife and I, we teamed up, and it worked. I was able to get down low enough and get everything on a 9-foot ladder, and it was real easy to take out the assembly where the reed switch was at, took it in the house, and I replaced it, made life good for it, and seems to be working good, so we'll see if it makes it through the winter. And that's all I'm going to do this year. No more tower work. I'm done for 2022.
Sounds good to me. Well, basically, you should be all set for another 50,000 miles on that rotor.
Yeah, you know, I looked at of course, you only have limited access where I was looking at, but yeah, it's all warm drive, and I did pack some grease in there, some good old bearing grease, and so it should be good. Yeah, you're right. Hopefully it'll make it through 2022 into 2023, and won't have to do anything to it. But it's nice to not have that issue. I hope. I hope that was the cause of that. But anyway, KE9N, K9FLO, and the Jimmy Net.
The Jimmy Net. Okay. All right, Dean. All right. Well, listen, I don't want to tie it up. So 7-3, and we'll talk to you later, and I'll send it back to you then, Jimmy. KC9GCR, KE9N.
Okay, Kurt, sounds good. Hey, thanks for breaking in there. This is what's great about this net. We are not a formal net at all. You can rag chew, have a swap net, tech net, or let's see, DX net or whatever. This is what's tonight. I think that's why a lot of people look forward to this net every week. So okay, Kurt and Dean, I'm gonna say 7-3 to you. I'm definitely looking forward to the Belvedere. If I can get someone to come and pick me up, yes. Oh, we've become too dependent on these computers. We need to start having these in-person meetings, like these Hamfests and these SWATnet. Don't advertise on the internet, people. Advertise on SWATnet or take it to a Hamfest. Guys, 7-3s, thanks to both of you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. K9GCR.
7-3, Jimmy, K9FLO.
Okay, Dean, we'll catch you in the next Friday night. Kurt, maybe we'll catch you on the Rag 2 Net tomorrow night or on the Monday Night Raw Info Net. Okay, thanks. All right. Are there any more stations I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on now.
89 EPZ recheck. I just woke up.
I wonder what happened to you. Al, I thought maybe you had to go to the other down the hall or something like that. Good thing you said so. I almost forgot about you. We're talking about I know you've been to many Hamfests over the years. What was the best or worst item that you ever bought at a Hamfest?
I was sitting there trying to think of that during the net, and I really can't remember. I can't remember what I did or didn't buy at a Hamfest. I've been to lots of Hamfests, but I can't, off the top of my head, remember for sure.
Okay, well, ain't that the way it goes? Yeah, I was saying about that $3 or $2 speaker mic I bought for my HDX 202 back in 2009. That didn't work worth a hoot, so I ended up getting rid of it.
I mean, that can happen. I've known people that bought things at Hamfest. I knew one gentleman I remember went to Radio Expo back when it was at Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, and he bought himself a linear amplifier, and he got it home, and there was a brick in there.
Oh boy! Well, I don't want to laugh. I don't think that's very funny. You buy a piece of equipment, find out it's just a brick in there. Oh boy!
And you're taking the same chance sometimes buying stuff on the used stuff on the internet. You know, where you're buying something and you know, you don't know if it's going to work or not, and then it usually says no returns. So you know, you bought it, you're stuck with it.
I'll tell you what, Al. This is a true story too. Back in 2006. I bought a radio, This was my Radio Shack. No. ICOM IC208H. Somebody sold it there. I bought it. The radio worked good, but I'll tell you what, the microphone, I ended up buying a brand new microphone and a brand new cord for attached to the power supply. The power cord that came with it was homemade. And I thought, oh boy, I didn't want to take any chance. And the guy who had that radio earlier, he was a heavy smoker. When he talked to the microphone, he blew that cigarette or cigar smoke into the microphone. That's what caused it to go out. But the radio worked. It worked for me for many years until 2017 when it went out, and that's when the Rockford Hams shipped in and got me this ASU FGM 100.
Well, like I say, usually, and you want to think that a fellow ham wouldn't do that to you. You know what I'm saying? But it happens.
Oh yeah, what do? You live and you learn. Okay. Hey Al, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. Last night, Night Watch didn't come in worth a hoot. And Wednesday, they did not have their meeting. Because they did not have it, because I guess they had their monthly meeting or something like that. I think it was Monday night or I think Tuesday night. I was able to check in. So the conditions were good then.
Well, the conditions on 440 right now are really nice. I can hear Night Watch. I can hear a bunch of other stuff. The 442.000 repeater in Racine is coming in at 20 over 9 right now.
Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to mention about that happy hour net. That one time I checked in. I checked in using that 442 repeater, because we have a 442.000 repeater here in Freeport, but it's hardly ever used. It was originally to be the Aries Races repeater here in Stevenson County, but of course most of them were still using 2 meters. So that repeater is just sitting out at the EOC. It's hardly used at all. So go figure.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a problem over here, and I can't figure out what it is. But I've been having some SWR problems on 440, and I don't think it's the antenna, because I use the same antenna on 2 meters. It works fine here, but it may be my duplexer. But I'm going to nurse it along. I'm not in the position right now to replace any equipment.
Oh, sounds good. I hear that a little bit in the background there.
Oh yeah, you got in the background, sir?
Okay, Al, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to say 7-3. You have a good evening. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. We'll talk to you later. K9 GCR recorder. Thanks for checking in.
Okay, Jim. We'll talk to you later. KD9ETZ back to net.
Okay, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. My K9MED is recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. There was no net recorder last week due to severe weather conditions and the geomagnetic storm on the sun. But go to Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, go to Friday Night Fun Net Central, follow the instructions, and you can hear a rebroadcast of this net or past nets. except for last week's. So every night is Friday night. When you listen to Friday night on that past editions on the Facebook page. So you can Okay, again, I want to mention the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 8152. Freeport number. If you're not able to hear the repeater due to condition or what have you, you can give me a call. And you've seen pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touchstone telephone. We've had no hotline check-ins tonight. When I'm transmitting, and when the phone rings, it's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony cell phone ring. To wind down the net here. Any more stations want to check in, please? I'm going to read the Amters code. The Amters is considerate. He never knows that he uses the air in such ways to lessen the pleasures of others. The Amter is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio Amters as the local company American Radio Relay lead through which Amter Radio is represented. The Amter is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. The Amter is friendly, slow and patient, sending when requested, friendly advice and counsel to the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the Amter spirit. The Amter is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. The Amter is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the Amter's code. As Tony K9RFD always says, something to be lived by not only on the radio but throughout life itself. Okay, at this time, any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now. Okay, no early check-ins. Okay, K9KCT, H9NW, K9DDF, KC9QPL, N9GBP, W9AXD, N9CNW, K9MED, W2CSI, Internet check-in from North Carolina. WX9RLT, KD9QDB, KD9HKX, KD9SSV, KD9NKC, KD9VB, Victor Papa Bravo, Matt, new kid on the block, KD9ATR, Jennifer in Rock County, Wisconsin, K9MAP, Kerry, AK9F, K9RGG, W99, WTF, K9YI, AC9GO, myself, K9GCR, net control, K9EPCL, my honor, and W9GD, the late great Gene Duncan. Honorary check-in, well, that call is now held by Gary, formerly KD9 FML in Crystal Lake. N9CUG, N9SBJ, N9GLY, KF9SD, another internet check-in, KE9N, Kurt in Roscoe, and K9FLO, Dean also in Roscoe. Let's see. Okay, I had a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28 on-air check-ins, 2 internet check-ins, and 1 on-air check-in. A total of 31 check-ins. Okay, one moment, please. Now, I gotta do my honorary check-ins. N9ARB, Tony, REC here in Steamson County, HC honorary check-ins. I should give him a call and find out when our next meeting is. I haven't been to an Aries meeting for several months now. N9TAB, Tracy, HC honorary check-in. And we mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, South and Robert. A9 Silver Fox, HC honorary check-in. Let's see. K9FEO, Justin, HC honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in every Friday night, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO. We should be hearing from him in the next few weeks about the tickets for the CFMC Hamfest. Okay, Jerry, N9ZBI, HC honorary check-in. He has a new HD, but unfortunately he screwed it up. He can't get it to work properly. But he's checked in. Okay. W9KLG, Kevin, HC honorary check-in. Okay. KD9QDP, Rick, HC honorary check-in. Let's see. KD9LOA, HC honorary check-in. KD9 OVJ, Jonathan McConnell, HC honorary check-in. And last but certainly not least, AC9 JZ, HC honorary check-in. Okay, now I've got a total of 42 check-ins. Okay. Okay. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws. Be sure you tell your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter of your convenience store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps or envelopes. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer. Be sure you tell your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, of course, your old ladies about the Friday night fun then. More check-ins better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. We don't take your check-ins from persons who deliberately jam these repeaters. You, one more one, please. Okay. If you take a knee or clench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't bat the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That's plain old, all there is to it. Okay, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. Whether on topic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, that concludes our main business. I want to thank everybody for checking in. The great net tonight. A wonderful turnout, too, for 42 check-ins overall. Tune in again next week for another edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Hopefully we'll be back on the 6-1 repeater. We won't have no problems. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR, now closing on this Friday, August 26, 2022 edition of Friday Night Fun Net, and return the repeater to the frequency normal amateur radio use at 10:33 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Let's see, at 3 hours, 33 minutes Zulu time. This net is now closed. The repeater is now open for normal amateur radio use. 7-3's everybody. Hopefully we'll catch you on tomorrow night on the Saturday evening Rag 2 Net on 6-1 repeater. If not, have a good weekend. We'll talk to you down the log. This is K9GCR. Wishing you all a very pleasant good night. KD9MED, KD9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead and post it, Mike. Well, 42 is the check-ins overall, and it was 2 hour 33 minute net.
All right, copy that, Jimmy. The live stream is posted.
7-3, Mike. You're welcome. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you next Friday night. Thank you for all you do. K9GCR. 7-3. Good night.